So, my name is Stephen Rand. I'm the artistic director today of apexart, and I'm here with Gustavo Sagorsky. Sagorsky, is that the way you?
Sagorsky, Gustavo Julián Sagorsky.
Him too. And it's a pleasure.
My pleasure.
And you have been here now for 1 month, and we're going to do our talk. I'm going to ask you some questions, and we're going to see where it goes.
Great.
Okay, so one of the first questions that I ask people about your expectations before you came.
Yeah, I have my expectation was to be in a place where I don't know what's going to happen. I was expecting. Yeah, this was my expectation, like being in a place where I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, because everyone has a picture of New York, because I see a lot of movies and I knew the place, so it's like everyone knows where he's coming, a little bit like the image. But I didn't know what I was going to do there. At the time was there, here. So I want to be surprised all the time. For this I try to come the more open that I could, just coming here and, you know, they're gonna be told what to do. Because I was looking at the blog, and I read like the different artists, all the time I was reading because I was very curious. But I see someone went to the math museum as and another one went to, to do something to boxing classes. So it was everything that was written in the blog was very different, one activity to other. So I didn't know, first of all, I didn't know the amount of activities, because, you have the blog, but you don't write every day, because it's almost impossible, because you are all the time you are experiences. So when you write, you decide in a point, okay, I'm gonna stop writing the blog and continue. And sometimes you have a very deep emotions, because you want to make something is unreal from your life, or you want to see something, to learn about something you didn't know it, and something you really love. So you are in high. So you can go for this high to write to the blog immediately, because it's you can translate this feeling.
Change of energy.
Yes, you can change the energy. Also, you can translate an experience into words. You have to be very good writer, and I'm not. I can say, I can talk very involved, but writing is more difficult. Even in English, it's almost impossible.
As you know, most of our program is intended to put you in not uncomfortable positions, but unfamiliar positions. So if somebody is a visual artist, we encourage them to write.
Yeah, I did my best.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Yeah, I was told in the beginning, we prefer if you don't, if you write and. And I listened to this and I say I'm gonna do it. I think when we talk about this, I think don't to take my camera at all. So I was here in 30 days in New York, and the only picture I have pictures of people that I know people from me did activities with me, like a volunteer or something else. And I asked them to take a picture of me and send me by mail. So I have these different pictures, someone else took to me.
Will you send to us?
Yeah, some of them are at the blog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So describe the program to me. One of those 25 words or less, not to go on long.
Okay.
But just give me a...
Okay. You go out from your home, you take a plane or a boat, in this case a plane and a bus. You get here to New York, to the apartment, you talk with the doorman, he gives you the key, you go to an apartment in the middle of the city, best located. You open the fridge, you have 6 beer and a letter from Larissa, welcome. You drink your beer, you relax, and Larissa comes and gives you a bunch of papers like this, say you have to go here, 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 and here, here. So you have like in 30 days, like between 2 and 3 activities per each day, that you do things like you don't know even that exist. Or you also physical stuff, like you have to boxing, tai chi, archery, meditation, aerial yoga, everything. Like, you never think you were capable to do that. Or you go to talks at the university, all the different talks about different subjects. It can be like financial, it can be like urban design, can be about bees in the different universities, the different places, where there you meet all the most well-dressed people or the more relaxed everything. And so you go there, you open the door, you sit there, you listen to the class, you are part of them, you finish, you stand up and you go to another thing, like can be like the opposite. So I remember this day I went in the morning to the Quakers meeting, like we sit there, this was amazing. So I well dressed, because you go to a ceremony. After that I changed my clothes to like a sportive clothes, because I ran out of all my clothes was dirty, so I put like a training and I was like like a rapper. Like I don't dress never like that. I went to City Island to eat with the Latinian families, like fries. And after that I came back and I dressed casual to go to the concert. So in this day, like it was from 9 in the morning to 12 in the evening, in the night, I was like 3 different persons. Every time, you were there, you sit and you meditate with the Quakers. After you go to the Latinian community to eat and drink, you have your piña colada and you drink and you get a little dizzy and you talk with the bus driver all the way. He wants to go to Cuba and we think to make a business together in Cuba. And after you come back and you go to Brooklyn to listen like a nice piece of jazz in the same day. You wake up in the morning and and you go to what I don't remember, but okay, you go with to a park in Staten Island where the younger person there is 75 years old. So we got a group of 10 persons and the guy talks and he knows a little bit, but people there, they know much more than the guy because they have lived like more time. So they say things and they start to talk and the guys start to learn from them. And it's like all the time you are learning, like you are listening to people talk around you and you are in different bubbles. You go from one bubble to another. Like, in New York, you know better than me. It's like a lot of communities, a lot of groups, like one next to each other or juxtaposition with each other. So at this program, what I experienced, you can go inside each bubble and go out without exploring the bubble. So you go inside, tap, 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 all the time. So it's amazing.
I'm gonna try something here, and I'm going to ask you to graph your emotional state during the residency from a starting point. Really?
Yeah.
So,
maybe I have one day, like I get sad because when I get the itinerary for the last week. This I say, okay, it's finishing. But after that, after 2 hours, now it's present time. It's a week, but now it's now. Now I'm going to cross the, because also out for the itinerary, I do things by myself. Now I'm going to cross the river, the bridge to there because, just because. So
it's there.
Now it's 2 days. I have 2 days, but I still with the same philosophy until I get to the plane, and then I'm gonna fall to sleep in 2 seconds, I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna still do it. So, and yeah, and I get so sad, for example, when I have one activity and I went to the place and it was cancelled. This was like, I felt like someone stole from me. Because you know, you go to a place and you see something and you listen to something like you're never gonna do it again. It's gonna have an experience now, and it's one of the kind. Because it's not just going to a place and listen to a talk. It's like going to a place and listen to a talk after you have been all this time by yourself, like enriching yourself, like. So you are in the best time of your, totally absorbing. So if you go to a talk, you can have everything like this in the talk. You're gonna come to you. It's not like you're gonna see the same talk in a video, or you're after work you go to a class and you listen and you have sleepy and you have to think what you're gonna cook it for the kids in the evening. No, here it's like you are like everything comes to you. Yeah.
Give me 2 people that you met that for some reason had a big effect.
Okay, it's gonna be funny. I talked with Ryan.
Okay.
And when I came here, I first saw Ryan, and he was like a guy who was like he was like moving stuff, like, doing nothing, like someone who works in a place. And I went with him, and he started to talk all what he did. He went there, and after he changed, he was a photographer, and after he changed to be a musician. And after a musician, he changed to be a video. And after this, he did like everything. I'm sure he did everything very good. And it was very nice for me to see like you can be good on something, and even if you are very good, you can change and do something else because you have the interest to learn. So this was very important for me. Hi, Ryan.
Nice opportunity.
Huh? He said, wow, this guy is like moving. I was doing this, and I found this, and I did this, and this was very good. And another one, we go to the opposite maybe, was at the meditation class. This was a meditation class in a beautiful place. This was like beautiful place. I don't want to describe the place because it's too much energy. But the guy was like, looked like us, like someone. If you say go to meditation class, always you see someone like he's like, And this guy was like,
normal.
Yeah, suddenly the guy came, and he was like, my brother-in-law, like, this guy, like he works, make money, Come and say hi. He sit, and he, in 1 hour, he changed my mind. He started to make like a meditation.
Changed your mind from not thinking meditation was good?
No. I don't talking about judging him or the meditation. I was talking about me. No, the.
What did he change in your mind?
Because he.
You didn't think you would like?
No, I don't talking about this. I don't talking about judging what he does,
okay.
or judging his methodology, or judging his subject. I'm
talking
about
yes,
me.
Right. Before you went.
No, I went there like me.
Okay.
And when I went out from there, I was like completely relaxed and completely open to take everything, just to take everything, like to understand. He opened like my understanding in 1 hour. I tell you, I'm not joking. And from there, I could like enjoy the program like much more, because in the beginning you are excited. You go to the place and you are thinking, wow. But after that, I say, okay, now it's like second by second. Each second, I have something to learn. I have something to experience, to feel. So I have a feeling like I can control myself and enjoy. I don't gonna suffer in this time, because I'm feeling also, I understanding what I feel. and it was great. You have to go there.
So you've given me two people.
Yeah.
One is a little bit of an activity, but
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about another activity that was very important to you. Not a person, but an activity.
It's not one activity, it's a group of activities. I saw a lot of concerts, a lot of music. And this like clean me. Because it's and I merge this with the meditation, you know? Because you are always thinking in objects, in materiality. And when you go to the music, it doesn't have material.
Mm-hmm.
So because I saw a lot of music, I was in the unmaterial experience a lot of times in this program.
Do you play music?
No, I will love to do it. But Ryan does. But my kids play the music, play the piano. We force them to play the piano, sorry.
And give me an activity that you really did not expect to enjoy, that you went to it and it was like, I really don't want to go here, but it really flipped your senses.
I didn't want to go there.
Well, you didn't think you would enjoy. Maybe the most surprising.
Okay. No, it's not like I didn't think that I was enjoying it, it's that I was a little bit afraid. It was the aerial yoga. This I get there and I say it's not right. I
You get hurt.
Yeah?
You didn't get hurt.
No, my back was hurting and after that I felt like new.
It helped.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, nice.
And this was like excellent. And also was another one was maybe the most difficult task was I took a class of West African dance, and this was like impossible.
Do you dance normally? Are you comfortable dancing?
I dance with my Sonia, but she knows how to dance. I follow her, but I'm not good dancing. Very bad.
So the main thing is that when you put yourself in these situations and we have some anxiety, we always find that we learn something and it's more comfortable than we expected. So overcoming the resistance to doing things that you don't normally do is a very important part.
Yeah, another one was I went to Queens to do archery.
Ah.
And it was nice, but I went to the toilet and it was a big wall. And it was full of pictures of people like hunting with deers. And I look at this and I say, I don't want to be here. Because it was a lot of like dead animals there and people smiling. And I felt so bad. After they give me the arch and I enjoy it so much.
Well, hopefully they eat what they kill rather than going to the supermarket and buying meat.
I don't know. I think they just do it for fun because they are like you don't eat a rhino.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's too big for you.
Yeah.
No?
A lot of families.
Yeah, maybe like
Okay, so you did volunteer work also.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah,
Is this something that you have done before?
Maybe like long time ago, but this was amazing. All this program of New Yorkers, amazing. I went the second day. I went to how you call this? Orientation. Thank you, Larissa. Larissa, number one. Orientation, like he was explaining, the old guy was explaining, and he explained all the program, how much people and how many projects they do, and how many people get assisted or helped by them, and it was amazing. And also something like was very important to me, to see how good you are in team working. because all these projects, they are like teams. And these teams, like you go to a team and each one know what to do. Like in 1 second, everyone is working. And each one know his position and respect the position. And this doesn't mean like after in another team, this guy is gonna be the team leader. But when he has to do this, go and do it. Like this was incredible how people work here in everything. If you go to a supermarket, or you guys, you work like seems like everyone is not working here, but you're doing like 10,000 things in the same time. Okay, everyone knows what he has to do. And this is something like I would like to improve, to work with more people, to work with partners, to do things together, and also to put work for the community. But in Israel it's a little bit different because they always expect the artists to work for the community, and they don't understand the artists are also a community. So sometimes you get tired because they invite you all the time to volunteer. So, but it's not like it's like they are using you because the people who invite you, they get money. And the other day a guy came to my studio, and they were doing exhibitions in hotels. And he came to my studio, and I knew all the story exactly. So I let him come to my studio. And he came, the guy, with 2 assistants. He came, the guy, and after him it was 2 girls, like writing. And I asked the guy, okay, how much is the budget for the? No, it's no budget. It's like it's gonna give you the opportunity to show your work. So okay, but you can produce the work because sometimes if someone produces a big amount of work, also is good. No, it's about work like it's already produced. I asked him, what do you think? I have to work for free? Are you working for free? So maybe we do the opposite. You work for free and you pay me. I pay all the artists. And I was talking with him, and the girls were looking like this because I was very tough, and I was like almost shouting, all the artists come out for their studios. And after that, this was a volunteer work. After that, and I said I don't want to participate. After that, they changed the project, and they paid to all the artists.
Because of you?
Yeah. So I was so proud. This was my project. Not a lot of money, but I say, why you come here with 2 assistants? Each one of you is getting money, and the artist is not getting money. Can you explain me why? So
you don't feel that the volunteer work like that is so honest?
No, there is no. It's no volunteer work. This is not volunteer. This is like they are using you.
Right.
I mean.
But does it not also exist in a more pure way, like here?
Yes. For example, I have one student there, like she's a great girl, and she makes like she makes a project, like he works in a low income neighborhood, and she organized the youth to find food outside supermarkets and to give the food to people who need. But they put the food outside of they knock the wall, the door, and they put the food, and they go. So she's there doing like a double thing. For one hand is helping the youth, like they were like the teenagers. They were all the time in the streets, and on the other side she's giving food. And I help her a little bit,
A little like Robin Hood.
Yeah, but she's a very nice girl. I like her.
Are you going to try to do more?
I have some ideas because I have learned about the garbage. I have a class about garbage in the Brooklyn. Like it was a funny class, but she makes the class like excellent. I learned a lot. So when I was listening to her, I was thinking about ideas. And I live in a building where it's like 4 buildings like this, It's a lot of people, and here is the grass, nice, maybe nice. So I think how to, like small ideas how to organize the garbage in the building. But I just need 4 guys, 1 in each building. And if this guy, in each building there are 5 entrances, each building. So if this guy have another 5 guys, we can organize each entrance, and each entrance has nice apartment. So if you build like this, for 1 to 4 to 5 to 9, we have like a lot of people, I don't know. So, for example, I think like we can do each season, in the beginning of each season, like cleaning the closet. You make 1 weekend, like you clean the closet. So all the people in the 4 buildings, like a lot of families, they clean the closet and take all the clothes out. So with all these clothes, they can give to the need, or but you recycle. And this is just putting like a small letter in the wall. You can do it. It's no work.
One of the things that we say to people, and I may go back to it, is that when people come here, they get a lot of really positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go home.
And you forget.
You don't forget, but it is hard to move them
Mm-hmm.
because they are planted and doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I like, and I want to know more if when you get back you can
Mm-hmm.
make this
Mm-hmm.
happen.
Yeah, but I think it's no difficult thing because it's easy to do. You just have to do it.
Good, we hope so.
But this is the proof, because if you can do that, if I can do that, I can do everything. Because
Thank you. Okay.
if you can organize this, like you just need a guy in each building. It's like 4 people, or maybe 3, because I can be the guy in my building. And you can do it.
Okay.
So, a lot of things. Like all the time I'm thinking ideas here. And I write it.
So you met with Tom Kellner.
Yeah, I like him. He was very nice.
You know that he owns the Empire State
Yeah,
Building.
yeah, I know.
His group owns,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they are.
No, he told me this is a small company. He told me, no, this is a small company. Okay.
It's vertical, not horizontal.
Yeah, small. Yeah, I meet him, and it was very nice, because I went to his office. He was talk like this, and he knew a lot about. We talk about the Native Americans and the trains and photography. We talk about this because he came from Oklahoma.
Right.
So we talk about how he's moving from one city to other. How you have to sometimes have to go away from home and do it. And also he explained me also about the company. It was very interesting, but it was nice, because these people they are in the top. So when it's in top of the building, maybe no English, but there. So it's very nice to talk like to realize like they are just people, like you. So you can sit and talk about, how do you feel when you move from Oklahoma to New York? And I mean, he also, I'm sure he likes someone asking him like this. Because he's no use like someone come to your office and if you are the vice president of the Empire State Holding, no one come to your office and ask you, was hard for you to move from your papa house to New York? And it's nice.
His daughter is a painter.
Yeah, he told me.
So he has a connection to the art world. But what we're trying to do is to put you in places where you wouldn't normally be with financial people in New York, partly for you to see that they're normal and for them to see that we're sort of normal.
Yeah. But we find it like a point, like a constant point. But like this, like moving from one place to another. And
because of you going from Argentina to Israel.
And also and also we talk about something like it's not it's straight for us, like we were talking about, because he has a small picture of a Native American, beautiful picture, and I look and he told me, yes, it's another photographer that was very famous, and I said, yes, Curtis. And I say, we start to talk about how the Curtis financial his work. Because I said and he knew a lot about this. And it was very interesting to listen to this from another perspective, very nice.
Good. And you did go up into the Empire State Building.
Yeah, he gave me the magic card.
Pretty amazing, yeah?
I went twice.
Ah!
Once in the day, and the second in the night. I met somebody. I have the bride of a very good friend here in Brooklyn. So I went dinner with him and some friends. I met an Uruguayan artist. He was something like a very strange combination of people, like they knew each other by chance. So we went to dinner. This was 2 days ago. And after dinner, I showed the car and said, this was in Brooklyn. I said, now we go. And we went there and it was very foggy. It was you can see anything. We were in the middle of the green cloud.
Yeah, it's nice.
But it was beautiful.
With the lights kind of reflecting off the cloud.
Yeah, but we were the only one in the top because no one's going to pay to see a cloud. So we were there. We were five of us like this.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Okay. So good experience that probably otherwise you would not have had.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Every little thing I did, I didn't. Because even if you come as a tourist to New York, for example, tomorrow I have the free day and I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the L to Flushing because I went there when I went to do archery, I missed to see the place in the day because I get there in the night.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I went to the supermarket to see, it was nice. But I want to go to Flushing to go around, and after I want to take the train back to Corona because I was there yesterday and I didn't have a lot of time, and this was amazing. This was like being in Latin America. I've been in Caracas, but this is more Latin America than Caracas.
Interesting.
It's amazing. You go to the store and they talk to you in Spanish. And yesterday I ate the best Colombian food. Very good. So I want to go there, and after I want to take come back also to another station because it's a 72th Street in Queens, 74. Twice I went there, I saw a very interesting people is going in the metro there. Like each station in Queens, 5 people get into the train, but they are a lot of people get there. So I'm so curious to see what is around there. I mean, if you come by yourself to New York, you don't do that. Because no one is going to come to New York and go to Corona.
That's right.
I mean, but if you go there, it's amazing. It's like you don't need to buy a plane ticket from New York to Colombia. You can take the L and go to Corona, and it's the same. It's the same. You just pay in dollars, so it's easier.
So you come from Argentina,
Yeah.
which is a little diverse.
Something different.
But I mean, you have different, not a lot of different nationalities, but a little bit of diversity.
In Argentina?
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Buenos Aires, it's very homogeneous.
Yeah.
So for me, Central America and the Caribbean is like going to India or to Japan. It's totally different.
Okay.
They speak the same language, but that's it. But also, sometimes I can't understand because they...
So you go from Argentina to Israel, which also is a fairly homogeneous type of group. And then
it's not homogeneous, it's bi-homogeneous.
Okay. But then you come here, and the pretty intense racial, social diversity
beautiful. It's amazing. Amazing. The people don't understand. The people doesn't understand. No one can understand. I went to this party the night day. It was like a holy festival. You can see the picture at the...
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And the people is throwing colors, and I was like this. All the time. So I sent the picture to my wife, and she told me, you look so happy.
Too happy?
Yeah. And there was like a 20, 25 years old people, like young people, and you see the people and they are like all the races, like all they're dancing together, playing together. But it's not like a group of a Latinian, a group of Asian. No, like you want to see like diverse people walking together. They came together. It's not like different groups came together and merged there. It's not like this. It's like.
Were you expecting this?
No, I didn't even think about this. I did something like I knew like here like everyone say like you can eat from all the nationalities here, but it's not like you go to Chinatown. It's like you go to the metro and you look at the people and each one looks different. Or if he doesn't look different, he dressed differently, he talked differently, and everyone respect each other.
I think this is why our fellows so enjoy New York. When we send somebody maybe to Korea, very homogeneous society, and people stick out. But here we ask people how long they've been here before somebody asks them for directions.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's like a day.
Yeah. Can you tell me? Yeah, it's like that. You know, you can be, if you want, you can become a New Yorker when you take the cab from the airport to the place you are staying. It's the same moment. You go out from the cab and you are a New Yorker.
Yeah.
And everyone respects this, and it's okay. And I went to Europe several times, and you go there, and they look at you like you are an illegal immigrant. You know, they look at you like this all the time. Here, they don't. Here, that no one cares how you dress, if you sing. Yesterday happened something beautiful to me. I came from Nancy, and I had to go to Bronx. I don't know. I think I was shining because I sat there in a bench in the metro, and it was like two young guys, and one was playing the guitar, and like this, sitting here, and he was playing the guitar, and I look at him and I make like this, and his friend look at me, and he was very emotional, like I react like that. I say, "Hey, are you a musician too?" They go, "No, but you like music." "Yeah." And I say, "Oh, I want to play a song for you," he told me. Which turn are you taking, the one or the two? I say, the two. And he told to the friend, "Let's take the one. I want to play a song for him, for me." They went inside the train and they play a song for me. And after they move and they change to the one. So they said,
do you know how hard it was for Larissa to arrange that?
I know.
Hours.
Hours.
Organization, yeah.
A lot of planning.
Yeah, but it was beautiful. I mean, the guy just came with me to play a song because he knew I was appreciating this.
So did you expect New York to be a friendly place or not?
No.
But you find it to be a friendly place.
No, it's incredible. The people, if you ask a direction for someone, he can come like 2 blocks with you just to show to point you.
In New York, if somebody asks directions, even if you don't know, you have to tell them something.
Yeah, this happened too.
Yeah. So we send people to all of these diverse activities, and then we send people to a therapist.
Yeah, to Nancy.
Now, some people have been to therapy before, so they're comfortable with it. Other people have never been, and sometimes they're a little nervous and afraid about it. But we find that people from different cultures are more able to be open and talk about themselves. But from cultures where people don't talk about themselves, they find it very, very liberating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is going to a therapist in Israel among friends, is it a normal situation?
Yeah, I'm Jewish Argentinian.
Right.
So I live in Israel. So
Right.
And my wife is a psychologist.
Right.
So Argentinian, they are not from each second person goes to the psychologist.
Yeah, yeah.
So Jewish, if you are Jewish, you know,
You need to.
you must go. If no, you don't get your gefilte fish. And my wife is so I went to Nancy, see the first day, she asked me, okay, she said the same like you say, I say, okay, we have 3 sessions, we don't have time to lose. Let's begin. Let's work. So, you know, it was very helpful. And I use my time there.
Interestingly, the 2 things that a lot of people mention as being very important to them, volunteer work and seeing
Yeah.
therapists.
Yeah, it was very, I think it was very, very important. I mean, like, I turn into a positive thinking, and this is very good. Because this is, I like from like a small therapy, like a small, short period therapy. Because it's like focus therapy. Because if not, you can go and come back for the same.
It's kind of like an anchor
Yeah.
to talk, yeah.
Yeah. We have like this time. You open the fridge. You have 2 tomatoes, an egg, and eggplant, and you have to do something delicious. You know, and this I'm good. If I have too much, I don't know. You know.
Okay. So another thing that happens, artists come here. They have their idea of art and they're comfortable with it. But they come in because they do so many things outside of what they normally do. The idea of what art is
Or can be.
or can be tends to shift. Has this happened at all to you?
Yeah, I have some ideas, but I don't want to tell here because I don't want to report it. But yes, I don't know if I have idea, but I think I have idea, but I'm curious. I want to get to the studio to see what's happened. What can I do? Or more than this, you know, I call myself a photographer, but I do more things. I do like objects. And
Nice drawings.
I do objects and I do drawings and I make like toys and everything. Like this is like unprofessional like this. But I'm gonna listen to Ryan. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Good.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things like I know I can do. I'm interested to do. But you know, when you live in a small community like the Israel art scene, you can easily get so many tags, or not so many tags, a few tags that is worth. So this is the thing here. Like I will try to organize myself. When you are we were talking before about bubbles, no? When you are in a small bubble, you are very close to the end of the bubble, so you can move and you can explore the bubble. This is good, no? But in the point you don't want to do it because you want to be sure. So, being here in New York and going to these 74 places that that Larissa said to me, and another place that I went to for myself, you see like there's a lot of possibilities.
It's about the diversity of things that you do, and things become art in a funny way. Like we may have a defined sense of what our art is, but then we go to other things and we think, wow, we can incorporate that.
Yeah.
We can bring that in. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the whole idea of making objects in the studio can go whoop. Yeah. And what is really art is not necessarily what we used to define.
Yeah, it's like this program is like a good blender.
We confuse people in a way because we throw in all of these other things. And we say to people, when you go home, you're going to have a lot of energy, like you have. But you go home and
But you know how good it's for me to go home and I don't have to sit to edit all the pictures for a month in New York. The first day, I put my camera away, and I don't need to have a good picture for New York. I have this was good the meditation, because I was practicing also. I can close my eyes, look at the itinerary, and open a page, and you say whatever you want. Okay. Pick one, close my eyes, and I'm there. So all the images, all the pictures I could take, I have it here. So with this, I can do painting, drawings, video, collage, objects, or take one idea of this and put it in another place and do something.
So you were over-dependent on your camera and hiding behind it?
I don't know. No, I don't know, because no, this is not the point. I'm gonna go further. I was very opinionated. Because you take a picture, it's just giving an opinion. You take a picture of this, I give an opinion of this. And this, I remember, we see the first day, and you say, Gustavo, we want you to stop thinking, we want you to stop observing. You're just like being. And when you are taking a picture, we are indicating, with this finger. Even if you do it like this or like this.
Shooting is the metaphor.
Or like this,
Yeah.
Huh? So now I was like totally free because I can sit. I don't have to do it like always. Just like you get in the bus to go to Fresh Kills Park, and the guide, she was so cute, but she didn't know shit, nothing about the place. But the old people who was there was another 8 old people like grandpa. They knew everything. One he asked, "What is there?" And the guy was like this, and another grandma was started to tell a story like 2 hours, like beautiful. She knew everything. And if I was taking picture, maybe I was looking out for what I see, no listening.
Right.
And this day was great. We get to the bus, and after I went to eat there. Okay, it's too long. I don't want to explain. So, but yeah. So, but it's more than this, because you can see the itinerary. You can explain you every place I have been there. But the experience is like you can explain it. You can explain it. What do you feel? How do you feel? I was like all the time. Like was like doing like this all the time. Like sometimes I was almost crying for the beauty. Really, of a simplest thing. And another day you sent me to the Boston museum, and I get there earlier. And I say, okay, I'm going to take a walk to the park. And I see like it's a botanical garden. And I take this $12 and say, for free from 10 to 12. I was like 10:30. And I went there to the botanical garden in Brooklyn. And now it's all the blooming. And this was just beautiful. You have to go this week. If you don't go this week, you're going to miss it. And I never seen a beautiful park like that. Never. And I was ready to enjoy it. I was able to enjoy it. Don't worry. No, I have to go to the museum, but if I didn't have the time to the museum, I was enjoying this. And it was like beautiful. All the people was like so happy there. I was like looking, and everyone was like, hundreds of people, they were like taking flower for the tree and doing like. And it was also beautiful to see the flowers, to smell the flower, and to see the people smelling the flower. Three like you go a step back and everything was beautiful, and all the park together was beautiful. If I was taking pictures there, I was concentrating what I'm seeing, and I was like, yeah. And after I went to the museum, I also it was beautiful, and I said to the guy who works there, to the guard, "Oh, you have a beautiful museum." And he feel like I was like in a good point. So he wanted to give me more. So he took me to a place and you have this drawer. You can open this. And he took me there and I started to open drawer and you open each drawer and say, it's simply, you see, like I was like, and open another one, you see like a small drawer from the Incas. Like you open it, and you close and you open another one and it was like again and again and again. And it was like an ecstasy for just seeing a picture, because before you went to see the flowers and you were like high like this. Or after, I went to a place, this you must go, in Harlem to see a concert for an old woman. He plays in her living room. I can't explain. I can't tell you, but I can explain. Because you have all the day in Harlem there, and after I went to this Marjorie Elliott, something like that. Mm-hmm. She's like an old woman. Every Sunday she opens her house. Mm-hmm. You wait outside at 4:45 someone opened the door. You go there, and had chairs, and some chairs are behind the wall, so you can see her, but you can listen. And I sit in the place, and after I realized like it was an empty place, and I sit next to a musician like this, and he was playing the trumpet, and she was like a guest musician also. And he was like a jazz concert, and in a point I was like this, and I was like floating. It was like this. I was incredible. It was incredible. I was totally transported into the music. And when suddenly another old woman came with a water, and give you a glass of water, and give you like a granola bar, and everything is for free. It's like it's a small donation, And the place was full of people, and everyone was like, all the atmosphere was incredible, So I can tell you this, and you can listen to me, or maybe you can get emotional, like because I get an emotion. And after you see it in the video, it's like a 2-minute translation, But being there, like after that, I went to a Baptist church, and after that, I went to the Harlem Museum to see like an incredible drawing exhibition. Like it was, getting to this concert, after I walked back from the 160 to the 80, walking through Harlem, and the people were very nice, everyone. This day I take the subway. It was Sunday. On Sunday you go to the subway, the people behave completely different. They talk loud, they sit like this, they try to talk with each other, they are like relaxed. In the week they are like this, and after they go like that. And the guy who was in charge of the voice, we get to the Harlem and he said, "Welcome to Harlem!" Blah, blah, blah. He was like, so everyone was laughing. So I started like this. And I went to the church, and the church was crazy because it was the New Zion Church, something like that.
New Zion.
Yeah. So I went there, and the woman...
Zion.
Yeah. And I went to no Zion. The woman said, "No tourists today, but I can lead you to. I can show you another church." She said, "Tak, tak, tak." I make like that, and I went to another church, and it was like a huge church, full of blonde people, like tourists. And the priest was like organizing and I went there inside, look and say, "Look, I'm here for this." Went back to the New Zion, wait for the girl. She, in the beginning, the first time, she didn't even look at my eyes. And I say, "Hey, I'm not a tourist. I came here all my way from Jerusalem, and I came here to learn. I don't come here for the selfie." She looked at me. I was another 2 tourists. I said, "They coming with you?" I say, "No way. I'm here by myself." I said, "Okay, you can stay, but if you stay, you have to be until the end of the ceremony. It's 3 hours." I said, "This is what I have planned to do. This was my plan." She led me to the gallery, and I was the only Polish there. I was the only white person there. So it was a ceremony. It was very interesting. The preacher was like tough. He was like no like just saying like comfortable stuff. He talked about the situation here in Baltimore.
Mhm.
He talked about social change and violence in a positive way, and it was interesting. But the people, everyone was very nice for me.
Was this even though you deal with like Ashkenazi and black folks in Israel, is this your first kind of experience?
No, I went the last year. I was in Washington, and I went also to another church. That also was very interesting. Shiloh Baptist.
Mhm.
But this was different because this was like in my perspective, a little more naive. Was like everything was like the priest didn't talk, wasn't critical to society. He didn't have a political speech. He was talking about the belief and the music there was much better in the DC because they were like singing a lot, and here was like tough. Also, the church here there was smaller than the church there in Washington. Like it was very nice. But I mean, both of them were very interesting but very different.
How has this experience changed you?
Who knows?
Do you feel more open?
I feel I have the energy to do stuff, to try new things, the confidence to begin or continue some projects, some ideas, the willing to do.
What will you tell your kids when you go home?
Go sleep.
When they get up?
I'm gonna take them to school. I'm not gonna tell them anything first. I'm just gonna be with them. And after that, I don't know.
How important is it for them to come back here with you?
This is important. But no, I'm gonna tell them because I know I was thinking in my way here when I started. I was thinking like they can do important things, but they can enjoy at the same time. You know, you can because when you are a father, you always want to. I don't know. I know different kind of fathers. Someone that you have to make money, or sometimes you have to do the right thing. But I mean,
All of the above.
huh?
All of the above.
Yeah, but you know, if I always like I kind of a strict father, but also I like playful. You know, I can build stuff with them, but also I don't gonna let them to have an iPhone because I don't want them to be all the time. So have to go play, build something. But I still this with the iPhone more than ever now. But what I think they can do, like I can explain, like you can do like important things, and you can also enjoy doing them. I mean, you can save the world and enjoy it. This is important.
You spoke to Sarah.
Yeah.
What did you guys talk about?
We talk about where to eat in Jerusalem.
But Basara is an apexart fellow who is currently doing our program in Jerusalem under the auspices of...
Jerusalem Artist Studio.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so tell me more.
By the Jerusalem Foundation. This is the last advertisement I do for you. We talk about a little bit about loneliness, about because it's very difficult. You know, I'm here in the most here every second worth something. You know, if you have 2-3 minutes, you can go enter to I don't know, to a place they shop from booths and you can see like 2,000 different booths for the Western movies, you know, and you go there and you have 2 minutes. You go there and you learn something. There in Jerusalem it's like desert time. So the idea of a time that she experiences is totally different than what I experienced. So she felt like she has a lot of dead time because she came from here, came from a lot of energy, and suddenly you go to a place,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we will talk about this feeling about about time, but not what to do with the time. How do you feel with the time? Because time is something like it's something emotional. It's not something real, Maybe it's real also. And we talk also, I don't know, she's private. She told me things I don't want to say.
Okay.
I have to ask her.
Okay.
No? Respect her.
That's fair.
But I have to say that I love her. We love each other because we chatted several times, 2 minutes or some day we have a long chat. But I feel very close to her. It's like twin souls.
I will do this with her, and I will ask her the same thing.
Yeah. So I hope she meets nice people. But also it's different because, you have Larissa has a lot of experience doing this. And for them it's the first time. So.
With a lot of guidance from Larissa, though.
Hmm?
With guidance.
Yeah.
She's making sure we...
Yeah. No, they are excellent people. I love them also. Lee, Mayan, Iran. Yeah.
So, when you go home now, you become a resource for us in Israel when we send
Of course. Now,
people over.
No, more than this. I'm gonna take this year to do a different stuff, just to try and recommend to the next person who goes there.
Because one of the things that we really encourage people to do, they come here, we give them all of these new experiences, and they don't realize that these experiences are also back in their home.
Of course.
And people don't do things.
Mm-hmm.
You stay in the art community and you don't kind of investigate. And that's one of the things that we hope that people will take home.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell to my kids what we're gonna do today.
I think using your kids as the reason to do all of these things.
Yeah, but it's happened lately because
really important.
It's happened Sonia, my wife, she has a lot of amount of work, so she has to be Saturday free. So I took the kids to hiking. For the reason just to leave her alone working.
Right.
So we were hiking in the last 2 months, a lot, all the time. And I started to enjoy it because also I want I knew that here I had to walk a lot, so I want to get in shape. So I did. So we went to the same place in 3 different times, which looks like completely different because of one was after the snow, and after one was in the blooming, so it was very different. So yeah. But I'm sure there is a lot of possibilities. And also, for example, I was in the morning. What I did, I was looking to things to do next week in Jerusalem. I was Googling it, and I see the website. They are terrible for all the theaters and all the open classes. They are terrible. So I thought maybe I can organize a website with free activities, but not academic, because for everything, free activities of the week.
That'd be great.
You go there and you can go from beer watching to I don't know. I don't know. This is what I have
Yeah,
to figure
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I can tell you. If I tell you, it's because I know it. I need to know things that I don't know.
No, I think you probably will find a lot
Yeah.
when you look, and that would be
Yeah, but also you can if you don't have the this is what I always say. If you don't have the ability to build a website, you can have a Facebook page, and it's so easy. You know, this happened to me when I was in Uzbekistan. You pronounce like this in English?
Mhm.
So we took a train from Tashkent to Bukhara, and there was like a people for all around the world, most from a former Union Soviet, from Russia, from Turkmenistan, people like or from Kazakhstan, places like you know, if you don't know where they are in the map. You know? So I meet all these people, and also was a guy, a local guy. He was totally different. He was like totally different for all the people, for all the local people. He was like you know, he painted his hair. He was like a completely like a. He was like a New Yorker there. In a good way. It also was a very like a child, like he was very young. But I love him because he has a lot of energy and he wasn't afraid of anything, you know. And also was a guy who was working with the group. He was like someone for the Minister of Culture. He was a guy like a policeman. These two guys were in the group, and they were like the opposite. And at this train, you know, was an overnight train, and I started to talk with the guy, and he was complaining, saying, "No, we can do anything. It's not a place where we can show our work." Blah 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 blah. And he was complaining. I said, "You are talking bullshit. I mean, you can make a page of Facebook for new Uzbekistan photographer. You don't need the permission of the government to come and tell you, give you the big gallery. You can do it yourself. If you want to do this, go and do it." And he was looking at me like this, like I opened the rainbow for him, because he was like a common to expect someone doing things for him.
I like that you bring energy to other people.
Yeah, but sometimes it kills me. Yeah, because
Well, you're here.
huh?
You're here.
Yeah, no, this was good. It's here it's like the energy is coming back to me. All the energy I give is coming back. Yeah. Today I was thinking it was like you know, it's like Moses go to the desert for 40 years, and after to clean the people, and after go to Israel, and I came to New York to clean Israel. So it's the opposite.
I think that's a good note to end our talk on.
I want to say something else.
Okay.
It's like a very graphic. I think that what's happened to me, I grew up and also get younger in the same time.
Being here.
Yeah, this program makes me to grow up and to get younger. So it's something like it doesn't go together always.
She did a good job.
Larissa. And also Julia. Julia!
Yeah?
We love you.
That guy.
Huh? Yeah, she's amazing. I mean,
Been a pleasure having you here.
thank you, Ambachi. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm so glad to be part of this experiment, to be part of some of your artwork, because this program is your artwork in the podcast.
In a sense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so thank you so much, and I know, thanks life to bring me here.
Well, we have another fellowship talk in the can. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.